And the champion turns back the challenge. A brilliant match.
5'11", Althea Gibson used her strength and speed to defeat her opponents on the court. But there was another opponent her skills alone couldn't overcome: segregation. The highest levels of tennis remained lily white, while Gibson was dominating on the black tennis circuit. It may have remained that way if it wasn't for Alice Marble, a four-time winner of the U.S. Nationals who criticized her own sport for not letting a player of Gibson's caliber compete in tennis's top tournaments. She wrote in the July 1950 issue of American Lawn Tennis magazine, "If Althea Gibson represents a challenge to the present crop of players, then it's only fair they meet this challenge on the courts."
Well, I think for Alice, it really was an opportunity and a moment in time for her to really stand up for justice and to support a friend, a peer, and a competitor.
Gibson made her debut at the U.S. Nationals walking alongside Marble in 1950.
I think at that time in 1950, for Althea to be able to walk on the court as this tall, lanky African-American who was athletic, who was smart, powerful, and really a dominant force in the game at that time. One, for her, it must have been an amazingly nervous moment for her, but also a moment of empowerment for her to be able to walk out on the court and to participate and compete in front of a crowd that have never seen her participate before, and to see her play like the champion that she was.
But it wasn't until 1956 when she would win her first major, the French, and start her journey from pioneer to champion.
For Althea to be the athlete that she was, to have the game style that she was, to be able to be successful on the red clay at Roland Garros really showed how diverse her game style was, how powerful and athletic she was, but really just how smart of a player that she was. And so to be able to stand out in the world with that championship really elevated her confidence to let her know that she could go much further.
And that she did. On July 6, 1957, Gibson reached the sport's pinnacle, becoming the first black tennis player to win a singles title at Wimbledon, the oldest and what many regard as the most prestigious of all tennis tournaments.
It was about breaking the barrier. I mean, a barrier that was there for so many years in a sport that was really for only the rich and famous.
She followed up with a U.S. National Championship that same year.
Vice President Nixon presents the trophies to two big winners, Althea Gibson and Mal Anderson.
And won both tournaments again the following year. Gibson herself has always downplayed her role in breaking down the barriers. In her 1958 autobiography, "I Always Wanted to Be Somebody," she said, "I don't consciously beat the drums for any cause, not even the Negro in the United States." Consciously or not, Althea Gibson led the way for players like Arthur Ashe, Venus Williams, and Serena Williams.
To be able to go out and do what she did, to withstand the racism that she felt, and to open doors that have been shut in her face before, I'm thankful for what she did because it has allowed me to do what I've done in my career, but also others that look like me to be able to do what they want and succeed.
Althea serving meets unexpected trouble in the opening games.
Tackling those unexpected troubles and becoming somebody.